achieve this. All right. Okay, we will go ahead and get started. And this morning we'll start in a child's pose per usual. And if at any point you have problems hearing me, just go ahead and unmute yourself and let me know. Bring your knees to the wide edges of your mat. Reach your fingertips forward. Start to settle your hips back. Rest your forehead onto the ground. Begin by rocking it side to side. Maybe shift your hips towards the left and then towards the right. Using this posture to start taking an inventory of your body, how it feels. And then settle into a resting posture and take 3 deep breaths. With every inhale, let it be as expansive as you can. Filling up your lungs, feeling your rib cage stretch, tailbone pushing back. And as you exhale, try and send out any additional thoughts or anything that's on your mind. Release it with your exhale. Deep breath in, drawing fresh breath. Bring it through your entire body, letting it course. And then as you exhale, push it out. Imagine your breath as a wave, and it's just carrying out any distractions with every exhale. Final inhale. So you draw your breath in, let it fill up, acknowledge any spots that feel extra good to have space. And final exhale. As you're ready, shift forward slowly into a tabletop pose. Shift your hips side to side. Find a few rounds of cat and cow or any other movements that might feel nice. Inhales, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhales, really create space across your shoulder blades by lifting the top of your shoulders. Tuck your chin and continue to flow. Maybe sway your hips side to side, bring in some other movements. Test out closing your eyes and just following wherever the movement feels good in your body. As you're ready, we'll find a tabletop pose. Sweep your right arm high, draw your shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, sweep your right arm under, taking thread the needle. Rest your right ear onto the ground. You can extend your left arm forward or bring it to rest on your back or connect with your right thigh. Wherever you are, soften to the ground. Let your mat support you. With every exhale, soften your hips slightly back. Breathe across your shoulders. Bring your left palm under your left shoulder, right arm sweep side, take a few circles. And plant both palms opposite side, left arm up, and thread the needle. Coming to your left shoulder and left ear, option for the variation with your right hand. Continually using your breath to soften. Right palm comes back under your shoulder. Sweep your left arm up. Take a few circles, bringing space into your left shoulder. Take tabletop pose. Spread your fingers wide, push into your palms, and now bend your right elbow just slightly and twist your chest towards your left arm. So it's a minor stretch, but notice if you can feel it through your spine, maybe into your shoulders, keeping your left arm straight. Just bringing that bend into your right elbow, rotating your chest towards your straight arm. Couple more movements. And straighten both arms. Opposite side, bend your left elbow, twist your chest towards your right arm, straighten it up. Continue. Starting with a gentle twist through your spine. Also building some heat through your arms. And come back up to tabletop pose. Sway your hips left and right. Walk your hands over to the right side, send your hips back, breathe into your left side like an accordion. Deep breath in. Let the breath pass across each rib on your left side, helping it soften and support the muscles in between each rib. And shift forward, walk your hands to the left and shift them back. Continue to push your right hip back. Create as much length from your right pinky finger across your shoulder, hip, and all the way to push your tailbone towards your heels. Shift forward, find tabletop pose. Tuck your right toes under, kick your right heel back, feel a stretch through your calf, reach your right heel towards the back. You can maybe sway forward and back. So this is a supported plank pose. Your left knee is down. This might also act as a stretch for the back of your right foot. Just start to play around with this and settle into wherever the stretch feels best for you. And swap it out. Drop your right knee, kick your left heel back, tuck your toes under, sway forward and back. Drop your left knee, coming back to the right side. Kick your right heel back, rotate your left foot to the side of your mat, and then open up into a supported side plank. Reaching your right arm up and over your head, create space on your right side, and then sweep your arm back towards your hip. One more time, reach it out. We'll do a couple here actually. So continue to flow with your breath. As you exhale, placing your hand to your leg. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale, open. Place both hands down. Knees and feet come to the ground. Swap it out. Left foot back. And then rotate your right foot to the side. Open up here. Left arm up. Inhale, stretch forward. Exhale, hand back. Continue to flow with your breath. Notice where the stretch feels good. Maybe rotate your heel towards the back wall. Notice if that shifts the stretch within your body. And then come back into a tabletop pose. Both knees to the ground, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. Take some deep movements. Sway your hips side to side. And then as you lift your hips even higher, bend your knees, and then Rise onto your toes and push your hips slightly forward towards your shoulders. So rocking your upper body towards your hands, shifting the balance of this stretch. Noticing the different pieces of it so that we can come and settle back into downward dog. Start to come into a settled posture of down dog. Lift your hips, bend your knees, push your chest towards your legs. Gaze forward, walk your feet behind your wrists, ragdoll pose. Been here before in other practices, not today yet. So rock side to side. If you want to add on a chest expansion, you can do that. Explore the posture with little bits of movement to help bring that attention into different places of your body. Release your arms down, sway side to side. Sway your arms, slowly rise up to standing. Bring your feet together to touch. Reach your arms overhead, mountain pose. Palms face one another, pinkies rotate in. Soften your shoulders down, and then bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes and take 2 breaths to set your intention. Breath in. Release. Standing at the top of your mat will begin to flow as you inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Always an option to add or subtract within your own flow. Plant your palms, step your feet back, find a high plank, lower all the way onto your belly. Inhale, cobra pose, lift your chest, pull your elbow points back, tuck your chin, and release. Lift your chest, pull your elbows back, breathe. And tabletop pose. Come to high plank and push back, downward facing dog. One more time, gaze forward, step your feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull your shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Allow for a bend in your knees to release your back. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. You can add on any side bends or twists. And release into a forward fold. As an option for an added shoulder expansion, you can interlace your hands as you forward fold and hinge from your hips, dive it down. And as you inhale, find a halfway lift, pushing your knuckles back. And then release your hands, high to low plank. In the low plank, push back up to high plank and come all the way down onto your mat. Come with your knees first, and then slowly bring your hips down. Feel a little stretch in your upper body, low back, and lower all the way down. Extend your arms out by your sides and draw your right knee, bend your right knee, and then rock your right hip on top of your left. Come back to center, opposite side, left hip shifts on top. Couple more times each side. And this one, take your own pace. You can release, you can keep your right leg on top of your left leg. And pause there, or you can bring your foot to the ground behind you. Equal out each side, taking that final rotation. Come back to center. Press onto your palms. Lift your chest slightly. And then release down. Push all the way up into tabletop or high plank and downward dog. Pedal it out here. Gaze forward, step your feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back. Push straight back into downward facing dog from plank. Inhale, reach your right toes high. Bend your knee, find some circles. Maybe you flip your dog by placing your right foot to the outside of your mat. If you do so, lift your hips, extend your right arm forward, and find three-legged dog. Plant your palms, kick your right leg up, and low lunge. Drop to your back knee, untuck your back toes, lift your arms, and then half split. Send your hips back. Shift forward, arms overhead. Notice your hips, keep breathing and stretching, and send your hips back, half splits. One more time, shift forward. You can always fold your mat under to stack under your knee for added support. And half splits. Shift forward, tuck your back toes under, lift your knee and twist. Open your chest towards your bent leg. You want a deeper twist into your hips. Rock onto the outside of both feet, playing around with it a bit, seeing how it feels. A lot of different positions or like levels of this stretch. Notice what feels best for you. Coming back into that low lunge. Step both feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, drop your seat, sweep your arms overhead. Hold and breathe. Tuck your low back, pull in your low belly, and gaze forward. Release into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your right foot, step your right foot back, taking warrior one, drop your heel to the ground, arms overhead. We'll hold here, pull your right hip forward, kick into your right foot, see if you can release your right legs, create stability on top of your mat. And open up warrior two. You can change your stance to bring your left heel into the inside arch of your right foot. Extend your arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands. Plant them down. High plank. We'll flow through. If you want to take a classic chaturanga, you can do so. If you want to come through cobra, we'll meet in down dog. As you catch down dog, sweep your left toes high, bend your knee. Continue to release your right heel towards the ground. Maybe open up into flip your dog. Three-legged down dog, kick your right foot high, left foot high, low lunge. Drop your back knee, rise up. Settle in, feel that stretch in your hip flexor. Find little movements. As you're ready, plant your palms, half splits. We'll continue to flow through these two movements with your breath. Inhales up. Exhales, push your hips back. One more time. And come back up to a low lunge. Lift your back knee. We'll find a twist, opening your left side. Chest opens towards your bent leg. Option to deepen that stretch by rocking onto the outsides of your feet. Breathe, see where you can soften. Plant your palms, low lunge, step both feet to the top of your mat. Take a forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, drop your seat, rise up. Rock into your heels, lift your chest. Release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back, warrior one. Connect your entire left foot with the mat. Maybe open your right foot to the side and breathe. Warrior two. Reset your stance. Deepen the bend in your right knee and breathe. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel and flow through. And moving on, gaze up, step your feet in between your hands. Inhale, chair pose. Prayer twist to the right. Connect both hands. You can place your left elbow to the inside of your left leg or the outside of both legs. Send your tailbone back, reach to the top of your head. Inhales, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Pull your left hip crease back. And release, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your right foot back. Warrior one, rise up. Adding on, interlace your hands behind your low back. Setting up for humble warrior, lift your chest. Exhale, guide your upper body down. Tuck your chin, plant firmly through both feet and breathe. Push your palms together and then guide your knuckles across the ceiling. Warrior one, rise up. Open warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And this time adding on, we're gonna come back to warrior two. Into a flow as you inhale, open your left side. Exhale, warrior two. Flowing with your breath. There's no exact pace that you need to follow. It's only your own breath. Final time. And this time take extended side angle, reaching forward and down. And catch your elbow to your leg or push your arm to the inside of your left leg, opening it up. Squeeze your glutes, lift your right arm. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg. And triangle pose. Reach forward and down, straightening both legs. So just really working on getting different stretches throughout your legs as we take these different postures. Notice how your core is engaged and the stretch reaches across both side bodies into your hips. Reverse warrior, bend your front knee, left arm reaches up, and plant your palms. Flow through, and we'll meet in down dog. Gaze forward, step your feet in between your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, chair pose, drop your hips. Exhale, twist left. Once again, same variation options for the other side. And know that it can be different side to side. That's just fine. We're working on evening out our bodies by meeting it where it's at. Pull your left shoulder back. Release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back. Warrior one, drop your heel, rise up. Deep bend through your front knee. You can walk your right foot out. Humble warrior. Interlace your hands behind your back. Seal your palms together. And then push your knuckles away to lift your chest. As you're ready, fold down. Resting your right shoulder on top of your leg or to the inside. Whatever is accessible. Tuck your chin for one more breath. Slowly rise up. Find warrior two, open up. Reset your stance. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm opens. And come back to warrior two. We'll continue with breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, warrior two. Maybe close your eyes or find one focal point on the wall that feels comfortable in your neck. And let it flow with your movement. Inhales, open. Exhales, return, warrior two. One more time. As you're ready, meet in warrior two. Find extended side angle. Front knee is bent, open to the side. You can take a half or full bind. Continue to stamp your back foot down and open your chest. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg, open up, and triangle pose. You may shorten your stance by bringing either foot back towards the center. Sass your hips to the back, reach forward and down. Keep your core strong and stable. Rotate to the side, guiding your chest towards the ceiling. Inhale, reverse warrior, bend your front knee. Plant your palms. To low plank, flow through, and we'll take two deep breaths or two full breaths in downward facing dog or child's pose. As you're ready, settle into wherever you are, whatever you need. And notice the ground as a support beneath you. As you're ready, Make your way into a downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Slowly rise all the way to standing. Sweep your arms overhead, and we'll set up for a tree pose to close out our standing series. Lift your right knee, bring your foot to the inside of your ankle, calf, or upper leg. Avoid your knee. Bring your hands to your heart. And begin to open your arms. Open your gaze to the space around you. Notice your body within that space. Let it take up space. Continue to kick through your heel. Slowly bring your hands back to your heart. Lift your chest. And take 2 breaths. And release. Both feet to the ground, arms by your side. Pedal it out. Shake out your legs. And we'll break this up by taking a yogi squat. So bring your feet wide, a little wider than hip width distance, and then drop your seat. Bring your elbows to the inside of your knees. If you have a block, you can always place it underneath your seat. Pillow works as well. Just taking a moment to open your hips. Create as much length in your spine as possible. Tuck your chin, reach through your tailbone. Place your hands to the ground, lift your hips, forward fold. Step your feet together to touch. Slowly rise up. Left foot comes to the inside of your right leg. Tree pose, opposite side. Setting it up here, it's okay if this side is much different in your foot placement or how it feels. But wherever you are, continue to spread through your right toes, push your entire foot onto the ground. Start to flow through your expression. Become expansive, take up space. Bring your hands back to your heart. Bring both feet to the ground and pedal it out. Arms come to your sides. All right. We'll slowly make our way down onto our mat. So come to the top of your mat, flow through one cycle of arms, reach them up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, flow through. As you find downward facing dog, step your feet up to your hands, come to a seat. Extend your left leg out, bring your right leg up and over. You can stay here, bring both sit bones to the ground. If you want a deeper stretch, pull your left heel in towards your hip. Settle back into both hips connecting sit bones onto the ground, lift your chest. And you can stay here or you can twist towards your top knee. As you inhale, Push your seat into the ground. Exhales, twist. Wring out your spine. Slowly come back to center. Quick counter twist. Come back to center. Start to walk your hands forward. Deepening the stretch in your hips. Notice where it flows, the stretch. And once you find a spot that feels deep enough for you, rest your chin down. Close your eyes and breathe. Slowly rise up. Kick out your legs, heels to the ground, bend your knees. Opposite side, right leg comes up and over. Option to pull in your opposite leg. Settle both sit bones onto the ground, lift your chest. Oh wait, I think I got that wrong. So come to the opposite side. I think this time it's left leg up and over. Yep, because this feels a lot tighter. So find that opposite side for you. As you're ready, twist left in the direction of your upper leg, top leg. Reset on each breath as you inhale, reach through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist. Come back to center. Find a counter twist. And bring your chest back to center and slowly lean forward. Continue to breathe. Our sides, each side of our body is very different in terms of its flexibility, in terms of its tightness. And by doing yoga, we give it a chance, both sides, to stretch and move so that they can become more as one and working together. Rise up, kick your legs out, and then open your legs into a V. We'll take a stretch for the inside arch of our legs. Toes point towards the ceiling. Lift your chest and walk your hands forward. If your toes start to rotate down, kick them back towards the sky. Lift your chest. It's not about how far you go. It's about feeling the stretch and keeping it steady. Rise back up. And then send your legs to the To the top, slowly lower down onto your back. Bring both feet to the outside edges of your mat. Drop your knees over to the right, shift them up and drop them left. Take a few rotations here, stretching out your low back. And then bring your knees back to center. We'll take a quick bridge pose, an option for one last shoulder expansion. Taking bridge, soles of your feet, come to the ground, lift your hips. You can stay here. You can interlace your hands behind your low back and then start to tuck your shoulders under and lift your chest. Tuck your chin, stretch out the back of your neck, stretch across your chest space. And release down. Butterfly legs, bring the soles of your feet together. One hand to your belly, one to your heart. Take a couple breaths. You can stay here if you want to end in final Shavasana here. Otherwise, we'll take a happy baby, grabbing the back outsides of your feet, rock side to side, give your back a massage. And then hug your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in, lift your forehead to your knees. On your exhale, release into final Shavasana. Whatever that looks like to you, but be expansive, take up space, soften your body onto the ground. And the time is now 7:45. If you have a couple extra minutes, I invite you to stay here. I'll cue you out in just a minute. If you need to move on with your day, feel free. Otherwise, come back to your breath. You're ready to move on. Start to wiggle your toes, move your fingertips, extend your arms overhead, and rock onto either side, bending your knees, slowly pushing up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest. Exhale, push it out. Releasing any final tension. One more breath in. Release. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center. Resting your thumbs onto that space in between your eyebrows to acknowledge kindness throughout your actions, your words, and your thoughts. Thank you all for joining today, and namaste. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you, Marty. Have a great day.
Have a good one. See ya.